Hello and welcome to Take 3 with PT. This is a YouTube series where I take 3 minutes to answer a biblical, practical question. Today's question is, are we in the last days, or are these the end times? I hear a lot of people making that proclamation. They're watching the news, they're hearing about earthquakes. Did you know that we're in a pandemic? It seems like people are meaner and nastier than they've ever been before. Our nation is divided along ideological lines. And so people are quoting 2 Timothy chapter 3 and saying, this is a sign of the times. And maybe it is. I'm not sure I have a neat, clean answer to whether or not we're in the last days. I'm going to say it this way: yes and no. Sounds like a contradiction. It's a paradox. First of all, let me actually affirm the question, though. Are we in the last days? That's a fine question to ask. It's a question that the disciples asked Jesus before he ascended up into heaven. They were in Jerusalem, and he goes, so is this the fullness of time? Is this when you're going to bring the kingdom to its fullness? And he goes, it's not for you to know the times or the seasons. You live as my witnesses. But it's a question that disciples have asked for a long time. In fact, it's one of the fundamental worldview questions. We ask the question, who are we? Where did we come from? What's wrong with the world? How can we fix it? And what time is it? These are critical worldview questions. But when you look at the New Testament and the way it talks about our times, you have to say that there is a sense where we're living in the end times. These are the last days. And there's a sense where there's more to come. I mean, First Thessalonians gets at this. The people thought that they had missed the return of Jesus. And so Paul says, no, that's not here yet. In the second letter, he says, here are a few things that are going to happen before that takes place. He also affirms to his readers, though, like in Galatians and Ephesians, you're living in the present evil age. That kind of sounds like the last times. What the Apostle Paul is saying is, even though Jesus has conquered sin and death and Satan, they still have some room to do their work. You, however, believers, followers of Jesus, disciples, the church, you have resurrection power budding up within you. You have the ability through the Holy Spirit to love others, to forgive sins, to create a new kind of community that lives with enduring hope. And so the Apostle Paul realizes that they're living in this already not yet, where the present evil age is still hanging on, but the power of the Spirit is encroaching. And we as the church, we as followers of Jesus are living in the middle of these two times. That present evil age that's coming to an end, and the new era of kingdom, of life everlasting that's coming into the here and now. This is why it's hard for us to live in our world, because we're trapped between these two times. But our job, just like Jesus said to the disciples, is to live as his witnesses, to press on with hope, to love God and love neighbor. And when we do that, we're actually bringing the reality of the new heavens and new earth into the here and now, which is the prayer Jesus taught. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven.